What were we gonna say? I was about to tell you. So he just got us both waters, and he was saying that going down the road, we want to be like more fancy and have like a pitcher.
Oh,
right. And like when we were in Europe, it's a common thing at like fancier places where they'll come out with like the bottled water that has the cap that you can kind of pop off and put back on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but it stay on the bottle, right?
Yeah, exactly. And when we were in London, the family that we were staying with had like 2 of those, and they would keep it in the refrigerator full, bring it out, put it on the table, and that's how we had water. So we had to get up from the dinner table. So he was saying we should go get those for this, and just have like 1 or 2 at this table, so like we just have water. And I was saying,
that'd be cool.
When me and Bree two weekends ago, my girlfriend, we went to like a home goods store, and they sell them. They're super cheap. Like they're not bad.
At least get like 1 or 2 of them. That'd be awesome. Maybe some fancy mason jar cups or something. But so another episode, another guest, and today's guest is a coworker of mine with an awesome story, awesome personality, awesome character. But Mr. Manseka, Mr. Aditya.
Yes, sir.
Want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, sir. All right, my name is actually I'm gonna say my whole name.
Go for it, because Cody was saying it's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, actually not bad though. But my whole name is Ilonga Adityas Zola Manseka. So I basically got 2 middle names. Yeah. So, but like the good thing about it too is what make my name unique is almost all my name have meanings. So
that's why a little bit.
Yeah. What are the meanings?
First, Ilonga means victory.
Okay.
Yeah, and
in what language?
It's called Kikongo, one of the traditional language from Congo.
Okay.
And Aditya was 3 people name mixed together. So you got the A, D-I, and the D-A, 3 name mixed together came out to be Aditya. A lot of people thinking my name come from the shoes, but not really. and also my second middle name is Zola, which Zola means love. And my last name is Manseka, which means the chosen one. So almost all my name got meaning.
That's awesome. The first one is victory?
Victory,
love.
Yeah, victory, the 3 people name mixed together. Then love, then the chosen one.
That's awesome.
So, victory, love, the chosen one. Remembering those 3 folks. That's awesome. It's powerful.
Yep.
Because I know you at least described Dita before. I remember that being 3 in 1.
Exactly, yep.
But,
so 3 people name mixed together.
What's the idea of that?
I mean, that was my dad. I know A came from my uncle, and which name was Adolf, and the D.I. came from one of my dad's friends' name. Her name is Didi, and the D.A. came from my dad's boss. He actually from Arab, and her name is Dantes. Okay. So you got the A, D.I., and the D.A. So, yeah,
that's pretty awesome. That's really cool. I don't think there's anything like that in like a Western civilization name where you kind of combine people's names together.
Exactly, yeah.
That's really cool. Is that common?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really, yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, like now you see people trying to, just names, you know what I mean? But they don't really have meaning of it. So.
Yeah, because I know, like, definitely, like you're like saying in Western civilization, it's always, I feel like, hey Thomas, hey Michael, it's always the same.
Exactly, yeah, the regular names. Some say you want a name that's a little different. You know, not too crazy, but easy to pronounce, easy to write, but have like a deep meaning of it. So.
Yeah. And I know I've talked with some people here and there that actually put thought into it, to where I know I don't remember who it was, but they were like, a girl name I thought about was Nevea, just heaven backwards. I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting, cool. Stuff like that. Not just the same little Susie or little Tommy, or it mixes it up, or at least family traditional passed down middle names.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause you don't want nobody named Smith and Jones anymore, because like those are popular. So you want something different.
Interesting.
So yeah.
But kind of a little background, because I know DJ, I've told you a little bit. Manseka here and I, or Aditya, however you prefer to refer to him as, went to the academy together. We're coworkers, and hit it off pretty well. We're there for each other. Had lunch together a lot.
Yes, sir.
Got a good testimony. And as you know, and I mentioned before, he played college soccer. Bonner River Soccer, and it was college.
Yep, Chowan. Yep, that's college soccer.
So Chowan.
Yep.
I guess before we get to Chowan, you were not born in the States.
Yep, I was born in Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yep.
So I know a lot of the detail, but to catch DJ up to speed, how old you were when you moved?
I moved here. I moved to America when I was 12 years old, So basically, I was born in '95 and I came to America in 2007. So yeah, I moved when I was 12 years old.
What was that process like?
Oh, it was tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
Was it tough on you, like specifically?
And it just no, as family was amazing. You know, I could see my family again because I know my dad left when I was 1 year old. My mom left probably when I was like 2 years old. Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So my dad came like on '96, so I was 1 year old, and my mom, I didn't really know nothing much because I was so young with all this stuff was happening as much, so you couldn't really know. You know, you're a little kid and everything. So coming here in America, 12 years old, that was like my first time actually remember living with my mom and dad together. So,
yeah. Who did you stay with when you were?
My aunts.
Your aunt?
My aunts, yeah. But like the way we grew up, we call everybody mom and dad. Mm-hmm. So she's like a second mom to me. So
it's pretty powerful. Yeah. And I remember the first time you told me that, like when you came over to the States and the first time you lived in the same like establishment with your mother and father one time.
Yeah, mom and dad, yeah.
I think like people often take that for granted.
For granted, yeah, exactly. And I always say a lot too, and like the. Cause later on too, I would say that because I used to work in the jail, and most of the email we have are male. Mm-hmm. So I would think about the people that live in the household for their mom and dad, and some people use it different, but at the end of the day, you do affect kids somehow, growing mm-hmm. up and everything. Because, you see people act different if they grew up with mom and dad, and people act different if they grew up with a single parent mom. So
absolutely.
So, yeah.
It affects people differently.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, you came to America,
mm-hmm.
12 years old, and life started to change a little bit differently because you said you had to learn, English.
Exactly,
used to the culture.
Exactly.
Run us. I know you had some awesome stories that you told me from the time that you were up to even college, just with sports and friends and so on.
Exactly. So, like I said earlier, like coming to America was great. Of course, America's land of opportunity. All depends just how you use it, how you take advantage of it. Yeah, but the toughest thing I remember was like my first day of school. You going to school, you're not learning anything. You know what I mean? You're trying to learn, but you just can't understand it. Mm-hmm. I know one of the things that I hope they can, do better on the ESL. It's a program for, people that speak second language. But the thing is, English wasn't my second language. It was probably like my fourth or fifth language. So, but in the program ESL, and we're grateful to have that too. But I said the toughest thing on there was that, they would give you a test or like a book to read. They would give you a dictionary. So if you don't know how to speak English and they give you a dictionary, even the dictionary was in French, still tough. You can't. It just that one question might have like 50 words on it. And they want you to try exactly. Yeah, you have to look up every single word. Even if you look it up, you still can't understand what they're trying to say. And you probably still don't know the answer because in order for you to find the answer, you got to translate everything. You just make it impossible. So that's the only tough thing about
especially
it.
Especially for a 12-year-old.
Exactly, it was very tough.
When you came over, did you know what was your level of English?
It was zero.
Zero.
It was zero. I mean, you learn a few phrases and stuff. I know when I was there, technology wasn't really that big. Mm-hmm. But you got some people that would teach you free, a few words. How do you say, hey, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? And everything. You just know how to respond to it. But if they're trying to carry on the conversation, you can't, you can't really finish it. So I would say my level for English was pretty bad. And like I said, coming here, you got some people that will laugh at you and stuff like that. You're trying to read and people laugh at you. Like I said, just all the stuff, everybody just use it different. Some people might use it as a break point, and some people might use it as a motivation, to better themselves. So I have to say that was probably the toughest thing. You trying to learn and people trying to make a mockery out of you. So
right.
How quickly, in a school sense, how long did it take you to kind of feel more at home at school here? Like when did you kind of feel like it was kind of normal to be in the school?
Honestly, like that's a tough question because stuff like that when I was going through, I didn't really realize it, and I don't know. I can't really find a specific time, but I get probably like a period because I know when in high school that was when I started getting more comfortable. You know what I mean? Because in middle school, I only played soccer for 1 year. That was my last time playing soccer in middle school actually. Too, I went to college, and I have to say probably my my junior year and senior year of high school.
Is when you kind of felt more.
Yeah, when I felt more comfortable. Exactly. Probably because of my freshman and sophomore year of high school, I was kind of trying to be more comfortable with myself. Because coming to middle school, people used to laugh at you stuff like that.
Middle school's a rough age for
so
anybody,
in high school was totally a little different because once I started playing school, then people started accepting me more. And you got somebody make fun of you, they want the teammates see it. They might have a back and stuff like that. And also his junior year and senior year high school, that was when my grade actually started going up. So I might have to say probably junior year and senior year high school. So that's when I felt more comfortable.
Almost 5 years.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. I mean, like, maybe it was earlier, but when you ask that question, one thing I'm thinking about is more like grades-wise, because you can speak perfect English, but if your grade is not good, then, you might have a little problem in that situation, so.
And then, so, academics, it got a little bit easier for you, but grades went up after 4 or 5
years.
Yeah,
most definitely.
You also play a lot of sports like soccer. You said you played football as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you also mention back the track and field, or was that?
I did like a little bit. I was really good, but I also wrestle. So my favorite sport in high school was football and wrestling.
Football and wrestling.
Yeah.
But you played soccer for children in college.
Yep. I played soccer in college. All 4 years.
Little backstory behind that, because DJ and I played at the same college, Emory and Henry, and. For Chawan, how different was that just from playing high school to college for you, the transition?
It was very different.
What division or?
It was Division 2.
Division 2, okay.
Yeah, Division 2. So we played a lot of school from. Most of our school was from North Carolina and South Carolina.
Okay.
So
where's the school located at?
Murfreesboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about like an hour and 50 minutes from here, so not far. And I mean, first of all, I'll kind of go back in high school for a little bit, how my grade actually involved and everything. So when I freshman year in high school, I thought it was kind of like Africa, because Africa is you go to school based on your grades. No, you go to school based on the money you have. You can go to whatever school as long as you can afford for it. So that was good. So I thought here in America was about the same thing. I can go to community college and stuff like that. But I know I didn't want to, but I'd be like, if I have to, I guess I'll go to community college. So freshman year high school, my GPA was like a 2.6. And sophomore year high school, my GPA was like a 2.9. Because I wasn't really focusing on academic. You see trying to learn the language and you're trying to do good in school was a little bit tough. And you're just trying to fit in with some friends.
Yeah.
It was a little bit tough. And I was learning new sport, football too, so it was a little bit tough. So then I'm in my junior year of high school, I basically had to wake up. You know what I mean? I had to start focusing on grades. I started talking to my counselor and everything. Because there's help out there, but you yourself have to go find it. So when I started talking to my counselor, they started telling me about like the school and stuff like that. How to go to college here and one advantage for you to get a scholarship and stuff like that. So the junior year high school, I started taking more honors class. My GPA there all the way bumped to like a 4.6.
Wow. Then
senior year it was like 4.9 because I started taking honors college. So that eventually ended up making my grade better, and I had like a 3.5 GPA overall.
Now, when you were taking all those honors classes, did you have to drop off sports or anything like that?
Oh, no.
Did anything else sacrifice to do that? Or?
No, I mean everything was just like time management, and a lot of people think honors class is tough, but to me it wasn't tough at all. It was actually easy to start taking regular classes because honors college you got more people that have more common sense, So you just can't focus on people laughing at you. Actually, people that are actually trying to help you and better yourself. So And after that, then it was time for college. I wanted to play football, but I wasn't like the best size. My IQ football wasn't really that good.
Did you play?
I was a free safety.
Okay.
Quick. So exactly, yeah. And when came time for college, I was just looking around, and that was when Shawan came out. I started talking to the coach and everything. He got me tried out, so I'll basically walk on and everything. I eventually made a team and playing college soccer and coming from a high school shape and high school football shape and high school background, football background, it was totally different. And I'm back to this question she was asking. So yeah, it was very different. Because I know playing football, I was focusing more on lifting, lifting and everything. You just do sprint, 40-yard dash and everything. But coming to soccer was more about like long distance. I know we had when our test would like do I think it was 2 miles or 1 mile. I think it was like 1 mile out of 5 minutes and stuff like that. So coming from football shape, I couldn't really do it because I'm not doing summer too. I didn't really work out because I had like a small part-time job too. So it was very different. It was very different, very hard. But
did you play all 4 years in college?
Yes, I did. Except for my freshman year, I only played like 3 games because 3 or 4 games because I had a concussion. Oh. So I had to miss the whole rest of the season. So yeah.
And you play what position?
I started playing a right wing, but I ended up moving back to like a left back. So
interesting.
Left back, right back, and stuff
right
like that.
Wing to left back.
Yeah, because we had a different coach.
Okay.
And a different coach, because he was from England, so they have better IQ in soccer, and he knew what position to put me the best. So because the first coach was just looking for people just to fit in, the new coach was looking for pushing somewhere where you can do better and help the team out. So,
what are you, right-footed or left-footed?
I'm right foot.
Right-footed. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Now, how big of a transition was that for you to go from right wing to left back?
I like the defense better.
Like
so,
left back more.
Yeah, left back more. Yeah. Either left back or right back more. But I was better right back actually. So, yeah, they started putting me like a center mid and everything. So.
Because you're always like an enforcer, especially like DT.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an enforcer. You didn't let nothing get by you, and if you.
Oh no.
And if it did, you were going to make up for it.
Yeah, I gotta make up for it. Because I'm a go getter. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh, 100%. So, would you ever play in any adult leagues?
I would actually.
Want to play indoor?
Sure. So like, if I can find time and like a proper team to play for, yeah, I'm going for it. Like,
I know DJ.
I've been playing adult league. I just got into it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I haven't played a competitive match from college till 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I haven't played competitive. For me, it's been a while.
The first game I played, I think I played maybe 6 minutes out of a 50-minute game, 25-minute halves, and I was gasping for air. I was like tunnel vision, getting dizzy. I was complete because I went on expecting to be able to play the way I did.
Exactly. Yeah.
The field senior year.
You got to start off from the bottom.
Yeah, and like I go out there and like the first time the ball gets played, and I'm sprinting to get the ball.
Exactly.
And then I get the ball and I play it, and then I take a deep breath. I'm like,
exactly.
I can't do that.
So
again.
So it's very different, and that definitely makes sense though.
Yeah, and then the second game. I managed my stamina a bit more, and my touch was still somewhere I couldn't find it. And then the third game, it all kind of started piecing back together a little bit. I decided I prefer playing defense more, and I made the decision I was just going to play defense the whole game. Limit my running a lot.
Exactly, yeah.
And played way better.
That's good.
But
it's weird because like I know I was a center back for so long, and sometimes I wish I'd stuck with that in college because like I always liked being an enforcer. It's just like somewhere mid high school I got moved to offense, and then in high school at the actual team I was more of offensively line of position striker, center attacking mid, winger, and then like I said, club was more defensive. Then they're like, nope, you're scoring goals. You're high school, you can score goals here, and it was sort of like carrying over, but club can be a total different world, of course, in high school ball. So,
did you play club at all?
Nah, I never got an opportunity to play in the club.
I'm sure you didn't have time to deal with all the other sports you were playing and everything.
Yeah,
sports and studying.
Because me, high school just like sport and lifting. Because I would take weightlifting class like 8:00 in the morning, like almost all through our high school year. So
did you go lifting class?
Yeah, weightlifting. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so because we had it, and you could take as many as you want. It was like elective class. You could take as many as you want.
That's amazing.
So I would take it like every morning.
Was it coached or would just go in there and do?
No, it was coached. It was coached. Because our football coach was actually coaching it.
Ah, gotcha.
I was just say you didn't. Just for the podcast, you didn't mention where you went to high school. Or you
I grew up. So when I moved to Concord, North Carolina. That's like right next to Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I went to school named Harrisburg, North Carolina. No, the school named Hickory Ridge actually.
What's it called?
Hickory Ridge.
Hickory Ridge.
Yeah, Hickory Ridge High School.
Okay.
It's in Harrisburg, North Carolina. Yeah.
Hopefully, we can get this to Quest and Didier's ears, see if they went there or their rival high schools. Because two of our teammates in college were from Charlotte area.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm actually kind of curious where they went now. Maybe they played against you. Because we're all roughly the same age. They have like a year or two on us. But
yeah, I didn't play soccer in high school, so I don't.
Doesn't mean you might at least know the schools. So
maybe.
cool.
Yeah, maybe.
What was wrestling like in high school?
Oh man. Kind of same thing you were saying earlier. So when I made Wanda, I was talking to my coach. She's like, "Hey, do you want to wrestle?" I was like, "Sure." So I just give it a try.
Have you ever done that before? Brand new.
Haven't done it. Haven't seen it. And I know the first day I practiced, because you do like the flip and everything. At first I was dizzy. I was like, "How in the world you guys do this every day?" But it was fun because I got used, like moving around, doing flip and everything. And after that, eventually, I got used to it. It was pretty good. I know my first game I got disqualified. The first match I got disqualified. Then after that, I didn't really play as much because I had people that was better than me. But just me practicing and be able to do it was one of my best times in high school. So
how long did you keep that up in high school?
I think I wrestled for like 2 years, if I don't remember. Yeah, because I kind of started it late. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
because wrestling, I don't really know much about it other than, like you said, like flipping and pinning them down and
techniques and everything.
Yeah.
It's all technique.
Yeah.
It's all how to get the advantage on whoever you're going
all
against.
techniques. But I feel like I had the strength, but technique wise, I wasn't really that talented. Because I started it old.
You're quick though. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Too.
So I know one of my worst memories for wrestling was it was actually one Wednesday. We had a match on
the day
Thursday.
of the week too.
Oh yeah, because almost every match was on Thursday.
Oh,
so like it was on Wednesday, and the first on Wednesday I was 146, and we were supposed to wrestle on Thursday. So the person that was supposed to wrestle 138 ended up hurting his ankle. So my coach asked me, be like, "Hey, do you want to wrestle 138 the next day?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." He's like, "Yeah, if you can lose the weight, you'll be able to." So I basically had to run. I went home. I had a hoodie on me and
trash bag.
just doing the bike stuff. Thing, playing video game
the sauna.
and everything. So, and on Thursday I ended up weighing 136. So on Wednesday I was 148. On Thursday I was 136. People will say he's all water weight. I'd be like, yeah, I guess they can say it, but I was a senior, exactly. So I was a senior and not a wrestler, a freshman. So like you can only eat after you get wet in. So I ate like a half a sandwich. I was so tired and drained I couldn't really eat as much as I wanted to and get energy. So I ate like a half a sandwich and wrestling a freshman that day was tough.
You were drained.
Yeah, I was drained. So
did you win?
No, I lost actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean I have to say I got pinned actually. That was my first game actually getting destroyed.
So it probably was a big mental.
Oh yeah, I was tired. I was tired.
A buddy of mine from high school, Tristan, he was a big wrestler in high school, and he would go to the gym with like 3 hoodies and just hit the treadmill for a while, drain all that weight, and he would always talk about how you would more or less like not eat like that whole day before, draining all that weight. Then you would weigh in, and then he would have 2 Subway sandwiches waiting for him right after the weigh-in. He would weigh in,
you eat,
pound those sandwiches down, and then go at it.
Exactly, but I feel like the people that's better at it, the people that be doing it for a while. Just like for me, it was so new. Cause I'm on that match. That freshman just felt so strong. Cause I was drained. You know what I mean? Like your body telling you to move, but you can't really. You can't move. So I got my butt kicked that day. So
that's all right. You bounced back.
Oh yeah.
So after you graduated from Chowan, what was the next step there?
So after I graduated from Chowan, I was just trying to figure out exactly what to do.
Because you majored in
criminal justice. And
what was the reasoning for that? What drew you towards that?
First, I wanted to be a firefighter. I was thinking about going to Fayetteville University because they had a firefighter program. But I was like, I want to go somewhere where I can play sport. So, and I found Chowan. The only thing they had was interesting in. So that's when I did it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I can be a cop. Because I love helping people out and everything. So I ended up doing that. And after I finished with Chowan, it was time for applying. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Because I was the first person in my family to do law enforcement. So, and I did it, and I went home for like a couple months, I think like 2 or 3. Because I was debating, like, should I trying to go for my master. Go for like a campus, be like a full-time student and work on campus and everything. Be like an assistant coach for soccer, something like that. They can help me pay for school or go for a job. And I know I applied for the Richmond City Sheriff's Office. And it was just out of randomly. And I just found the application, I applied for it. And eventually I got accepted for both in the same day. I also applied for Gardner-Webb University for my master program to do my MBA. And I got accepted for both in the same day. So
that was a big decision.
Yeah, it was. So why I decided to do was just go for the full-time job and do the school online.
And that's what you're doing. You said you just passed. You finished.
Yeah,
finished that?
I just finished my master on December 2016.
Congratulations!
So, thank you.
It's amazing.
And you got it in.
Yep.
And what did you get your master's in?
I got my master's in business administration and concentration in human resource. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Was that a lot of work?
Yeah, it was tough. It was a lot.
I remember in the academy, we would have long nights and days, and you would go home and do classwork.
I was actually doing homework with a teacher sometimes. I was doing homework and everything. So yeah, but it was tough. It was more tough too, coming from a different background of education. Coming from criminal justice, trying to do business administration.
You don't have the foundation of the business.
Yeah, not at all. Because first I had to take 3 pre-requirement classes just to get me approved to do my master. So yeah,
that's awesome. And then you're at the sheriff's office / jail, and now you're over here at Capitol with us. Now you're exploring some other avenues. We don't have to get into that. But with your master's, is there anything you'd like to do specifically? Because I know the one thing that I brag about, about you, whether it's someone that knows us or not, being downtown, is that you give your shirt off your back, even if it was the last shirt that you owned.
Yeah.
You have that kind of mindset, which is phenomenal, and a lot more people in the world need that. So I could see you doing like charity work, opening your own business, nonprofit. I could see you doing so many things. Have any of that ever crossed your mind?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, my goal is just to help as much as I can. You know what I mean? Like, if I get like an opportunity to help other people, I would definitely go for it. But I'll say the thing is now you're just trying to learn more at the field. Trying to get more resources. So, eventually, I wanna. Like they always say, it's not about what you have, it's about what you have, like what you do with what you have and everything. So at the end of the day, I want to help people out. But in order for me to help people, I gotta make sure that I'm ready to do it.
Right.
There's no perfect time, but you gotta make sure that you take care. Take care of what you have to do in order for you to help somebody else. So if that makes sense. So because I want to make sure that I'm ready. You know what I mean?
100%.
So
100%. So what do you think the next step will be personally?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I listen to a song and it always say the best is yet to come. You know what I mean? So I do what I can and I just leave the rest in God, and God will guide me to the right decision. So.
Do you still have family in Congo?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I
got visited there.
Not yet.
Not since you've come over. Do you have any plans to?
Eventually in the future.
How hard is that? Do you know? How hard would it be to?
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Yeah, it's gotta find the right time to go.
And do you still have a lot of communication with them?
I talk to them once in a while.
But I know you have a lot of family here, and that's one thing that I admired when you're in the academy is you're balancing academy 5 days a week, schoolwork, and going to visit all your family and all your friends in different places. Where's a lot of your family now?
Most of my family now in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, most of my family live in Charlotte. I got my dad, he's in Raleigh, and I got the rest of my family in Canada that I used to go visit once in a while. So,
have you gone to Canada recently? I remember point you.
I think last time I've been there was 2016. So.
Oh, okay. Because I remember you were talking about the academy.
Yeah,
I was trying to take a road trip with you.
Like I said, everything is just time. You gotta find time to go enjoy. You don't want to rush into anything.
Now that you're done with classes, do you feel like you have more time?
Sometimes I do, but like I say, but now it's like, work have been busy, so most of the time you work.
I know Cody's been talking about all of his hours.
And work can be very busy.
Still find time to hit the gym?
Yeah, I do, but sometimes it's tough. Sometimes you come home and you're tired, you be like, let me just try to rest. But actually, like I just came up from the gym before church today morning, so I just went and ran like 4 miles and.
Just 4 miles.
Yeah, I was like, I was there on the treadmill, so that's that's already best. I might go back later on today, just do lifting. Cause my thing was sometimes if I have like an hour to go to the gym, I will not go. Cause I know if I go, I would like to do more. Just going for gym for an hour to me is not really satisfying. Sometimes your body did it, but I don't feel satisfied.
Yeah.
So like when I go to the gym, I want to make sure I have enough time to do what I want to do. You know, cause I just go there do everything. I work out, then I run after. But like today, I be like, oh, I haven't been to the gym in a while. So let me just go run, and if I have fun time later on tonight, I can go do lifting.
What gym do you go to?
I just go to my apartment complex gym.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
Cause I like it better because it's more quiet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
especially going like because I went like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was very quiet. It was really nobody out there. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. No, I'm just curious. I see a bright future for you.
And I appreciate it. And I thank you.
Do you think you'll stay in Richmond, or do you think you're gonna move back to Charlotte? You're gonna move somewhere out west, California, Washington, Europe? I know you said you've have interest in French.
Yeah, I mean, I got my other goal and everything. Like I say, just gotta find the perfect time for it. And I know there's a song that I listen to. One of the most favorite part of that song is that, you know, everything God gave us, you know, we're thankful. You know, but also in Him, we believe that the best is yet to come. So that's the only thing I always say to myself: the best is yet to come. You know, and
do you think you'll ever? Which I think is, I know you mentioned it before too, which is awesome. But do you think when that best came, and you notice it, do you think you'll ever just build off that, or do you always think just forever and ever until the moment that you take your last breath, the best is still coming? If you catch what I'm asking.
Yeah, I actually I never really thought about that, because I know part of the thing about me is I just don't like. I'm the type of guy that's always satisfied in life. You know what I mean? I always wanna keep improving. I always wanna keep learning. You know, and if we talk about job wise, you know, I might find a job like this is it, but I'm just gonna be doing just that job. I might find somebody else. Something else to improve on,
whether it be yourself,
exactly, yeah, or some type
so
of
might be satisfied in one avenue of life,
exactly,
yeah, build on another one.
Or be
That's interesting.
Or be that forever,
exactly,
yeah.
or be or be you know, be volunteering some charity, you know, stuff like that, or be a church member, stuff like that. So
that's why I can definitely see you either like relocating back home or staying here and just doing multiple things, whether you start a nonprofit,
I just can't
start
do
it and
one
like
thing.
you want to start your own business, and then you like keep building off of it.
Yeah, because I just can't do one thing, just be satisfied. I want to keep improving.
I know, like you like having your hands in 12 things at one time, which is good, which is something that I preach, but I can at times can be kind of bad at it. I think it's because I let my busy schedule, as you know, with work, is just you get so worn out and drained. To where
you do, because like I said, you know, there be sometimes I want to go to the gym, but you're just tired. You know, sometimes it's tough too, where you be like, I gotta sleep because I gotta go back to work too. So.
And then you mentioned earlier that you know 5 languages. What are you fluent in 5 languages?
I'm decent at it. Because I feel like sometimes if you don't speak it, you lose it.
What languages are they?
I know I speak. English is one. French. I'm decent at French. Speaking wise, kind of start losing a little bit, but listening to I can listen to it pretty good. And one of the language that I speak daily is called Lingala, which is like the number 1 language in Congo. And we also have Kikongo that my grandma used to speak. I can listen to it very good. Speaking is decent.
So you use those 2 with your family mostly?
Another Kikongo was mostly with my grandma, because that was the language she was good at. But she, eventually we end up losing her, so we don't really speak as much. And also there's some, other language in Congo that I can kind of understand a little bit. We also have Swahili too. I can understand just a little bit, and then we have I know Chiluba is one. I know Mutetela is just other language. So there's a lot of language back home. So
going way back to when you were in Africa, what was your living situation like when you were there?
Honestly, my life situation was pretty decent. Not perfect, but it's pretty decent, comfortable. Because I know I was living for my aunts, and she was a businesswoman. So we never starve, we never beg anything for anybody. It was pretty decent. It was pretty comfortable. Also, we got family members here in America too. So if we needed something, they they got us back. I know, but most people you ask, oh, how was you living back home in Africa? Oh yeah, we were rich and everything, and like that's not my case, but we was pretty comfortable, pretty decent.
Was it? So, were you living like in a kind of like a city area?
Yeah, it was mostly a city.
Okay,
mostly a city area. Yeah. I know the people that live in the village, there's like they all the way like North Congo and stuff like that. But it was mostly.
Did you have like family or friends or much contact to folks up there, or
where?
You know, like up north. You said up north, like the villages, and not like on the outskirts of the city. No,
not really. Yeah, it is like the east side of Congo. That's where actually almost all the war be happening and everything. So,
really?
If you're from the west side of Congo, like near the capital, and I grew up in a village called Mbanzangungu too. You know, it was decent. It was pretty decent, pretty comfortable. So
the capital on the west side.
No, yeah, exactly. The capital is more like on the west side.
West side. North was like more villages and a lot of folks up there, and then the east was like the war.
And like central Congo is mostly like where all they got the minerals and everything. So
it's like agriculture, farming, industry.
Exactly. Kinda. Yeah, all the diamonds, the gold, and everything.
Really. So. Interesting. Now you say war. What war was going on?
I mean, mostly like we fight a lot with a country called Rwanda. You know, there's like a lot of politics goes on over there. So,
Rwanda.
Yeah. Rwanda and Congo, we don't really.
Well, how come if you're able to talk about it? It's just like is it a lot of history based? Like there's like just goes way back, a lot of conflict.
Yeah, I mean it's sad if you see how big Congo is and how small Rwanda is. But I mean, to be honest, they kind of bully us because we got more stuff that they don't have. A lot of people might not agree with that, but that's how I believe it. You know, we got more minerals and they don't. But the leadership is so strong that they come basically corrupt our country and get everything else. So
interesting.
It's pretty sad.
Interesting. Now, did you ever play soccer and stuff growing up in Africa?
Yeah, I mean, almost every kid plays soccer down the street and everything. So
what's that like? Is it like is there organization to it, or really just playing with your friends?
People do, yeah, but mostly just with friends. You know, playing barefoot. You know, just for fun and everything.
Yeah.
But you might have some neighborhood that might have like competition, like a tournament stuff like that
nice.
too. Yeah, but mostly just like you play like every day with friends and everything. So yeah.
I think it's awesome to hear firsthand because you know, as big soccer players, the three of us are. We play FIFA and we watch it on TV or YouTube, and you know, a lot, like you hear a lot of the professionals. Well, they grew up playing in the slums, or they grew up playing on the countryside, or in the villages, which is so intriguing. But hearing it firsthand is so much different. And I mean, you can see pictures all day long, but hearing, someone describe it is
exactly yeah. I mean, that was like an everyday thing, playing soccer there with friends and everything. So,
and kind of also going back, you said going to school revolved around how much money you had. Why is that? Like, you had to just like simply pay for the education? Yeah,
because there we pay for education. You know, I know the new administration trying to make education free, but how we grow, like we pay for education. People get kicked out of school because they're not paying. You know, here you got middle school free and high school free, but now back home you pay for education. So
interesting.
You got people walking like 5 miles to go to school, 3 miles, 2 miles to go to school, but they're paying for it actually. So everything's just dedication.
And you were, but you were at least close. The capital is it a big city? Because I'm just gotta.
No, I mean where I grew up was we had a municipal school, so people wasn't really walking that far. People that walk that far, they want to go to like a better school and everything. So sometimes people get taxi, to go to school. Everything just depends how you live, where you live too. So yeah.
And did you have a lot of like family and friends like that you went to school with at the same time? Like I had my aunts and everything, and no, I mean my nephew. I mean, not a nephew, but cousins. That we all go to school. Yeah, we go together. Yep. Interesting. So how old were you when you started going to like walking to school by yourself? Because here in America, I think of it. You see pop culture in the 70s and 80s. Kids are riding bikes like my dad talks about. When I was in middle school, I rode my bike to school. People here now would freak out sending their kid on a bike to school, even if it's just down the street. What about for you like over there?
If you're walking with a group of friends, you might be about 9 years old walking with friends to school. Then you're fine. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you because you're going to school. So and there's people around the neighborhood and there too. People all over the place. So
this is so fascinating to me.
That's really cool.
Because I don't know. I just was thinking about that the other day. How we were joking the age before cell phones, and even here in my neighborhood, as you probably saw driving in, it's not as tight knit because people have a little more acreage, and you're in the countryside, and you knew where everyone was by all the bikes sitting at the end of the driveway, and that was like the universal sign of, hey, come on over, we're all over at
exactly
so and so's house. Now, did you guys have anything like that?
I mean, bike was,
or just like, hey, we'll meet you on the soccer field at
3
o'clock.
Yes, it's something like that. But you had some parents, they would like you to go home a certain time. You kind of had curfew.
Be back by dark time or dinner time. And stuff like that.
Or after school you go home, you ask your parent, be like, can I go to my friend and hang out? Then play soccer and everything. So yeah.
I think that's why some people are so like just misinformed and uneducated and honestly ignorant, that they just think everything is so much different, but in reality, just maybe across the ocean, another continent, but everything's so
everything
similar.
all the same. Like I said, it's just different opportunity and different lifestyle, but at the end of the day, everything is the same.
It's so interesting.
So yeah.
Now, are you? Have you gotten your citizenship and all that?
Oh yeah, I got everything. Yeah, I mean, the thing people are, like, in order for you to be law enforcement, you gotta be a citizen. Yeah, I got all mine like in 2015.
Okay. How was that process?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It's just, like I said, you just have to be blessed. If that's the right time for you, then you eventually get it. But it wasn't bad.
Was that a long process? Did it take?
I know my dad did most of it, but it didn't really take that long. Because I think in order for you to get it, you have to be in America for like 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. But
now you have to take the citizenship test.
Yeah, you take
How
the
hard
test
was that? Because I've heard that's pretty difficult.
Not really.
No.
I mean, they gave me all the
you were the one
material
with the
to
5.8
study.
GPA.
No, even not much of it. No, I mean, but they give you to stuff to study. I never really heard anybody that failed it, but you just have to study. You just have to study at all. They didn't give everything that you need to study, so everything just study was.
How big is the test? Are you allowed to share that? Any of that?
I mean, I don't know, but they give you the question that you need to know. It's like 100 questions that you need to know. They can ask you certain questions. So yeah, like question about America and everything.
Is it like history based?
Yeah, history. Yeah, everything's just
Just
history.
the culture.
Yeah, just history. Like, who was the
Who's the
father of the
victim?
country?
Like,
Never.
Pepsi?
No, not really. It's just history. Thomas Jefferson, like the 13 colonies and just stuff like that. Like, where's the Statue of the Liberty and stuff like that. So,
When we were in London, the family we were staying with, they're Americans that went over to London, and they got their citizenship for England.
Really?
And they were talking about how to take the test in England. They have to do, it's a history test and all that. But they were talking about how difficult it was with the amount of history that England has. Like in the States, our history is only 400 years old.
Exactly, yeah.
In England,
But
it's
go.
thousands of years. Like they have questions on like a war that was thousands of years ago.
Exactly.
And it's like, it just shows
that's
how
pretty
it's
unique.
Pretty crazy to, or not thousands, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, yeah.
At least 1,000 and a
Yeah.
half. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty unique.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You remember how long the test was that they said?
I don't remember that.
Interesting. Would you ever move to France, though? I know I've asked that before.
I mean,
back in the
honestly,
just
like,
because
if I get opportunity, I don't see why not.
Because you have that mindset. You just can pack everything up and go. Wherever God's calling for you to go. You have that
Exactly,
mindset.
yeah. So like I say, everywhere God want me to, because I feel like one day, the thing that most human beings struggle is we're trying to have our own picture to determine how our future would be. But I feel like everything in God don't work like that, because only God control our future. Only God have the picture for us. The only thing for us to know that picture, just keep praying. That you're gonna be seeing what's best for you. So I would say, as my future right now, I don't know where I would end up or exactly where I'm gonna be, but I'm ready for whatever God have for me. So
You're not pretending to see what that picture is.
not at all. Or I'm not pretending to picture somebody else's life based on my picture, or trying to change the way my picture gonna determine. I just wanna go for whatever have God for me. So
Have you done any traveling? Anything?
Not really. I haven't really done traveling in a very long time. I used to when I was in college. Sometimes, once I graduated, everything was just like school and work. So
Do you have a desire to?
actually, yeah, if I get opportunity, if time is right, I'll probably go for it. So
Do you want like more stuff in the United States or outside the country, or either or?
I feel like outside the country, because I want to go see my family members more, because I got family members all over the place. So I know my goal is basically. I got some family in Belgium. I know some in France, some in England. So you got family all over the place and everything. So
Next time we go across the pond, you want to come with?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that'd be great.
You have a place to stay.
Yeah, that'd be
We haven't
great.
been to Belgium yet.
No, we haven't.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I got family in Belgium. Yeah,
And
my uncle live
in
in
Brussels,
Belgium.
like or
Yeah, they probably live a little bit outside of Brussels. My cousin live in Brussels though.
God, so cool.
So
Now,
because everybody in Africa trying to go somewhere else, so that's how we kind of spread a little bit. Like they might be some Congolese people in Mexico. You never know. So yeah.
that's so fascinating to me. What about next time we do like a domestic trip, even just like Niagara Falls or New York or something? Would you go?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm like I said, I mean, if because I don't really travel like that, if I see like an opportunity that I can, I'll be able to do it. Then why not?
Opportunity and timing.
Exactly, yeah, opportunity, timing. Because time is very important. If you find an opportunity to do something, you might as well go do it, enjoy it.
Take advantage of that time.
Exactly, yeah, you gotta take advantage of it. Like I say, it's just me coming here in America. There's an opportunity, so that's why you gotta take advantage of everything. So
That's awesome. Before closing out, anything for us? Or any questions for us? I know we've talked a lot, and you've asked me a lot of different stuff. Anything for us? Anything?
How do you guys find the motivation to keep this going?
Like the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love this question. Go ahead.
So, when we first had this idea to do this podcast, pretty much it was all me and Cody going, well, we already talk to each other on the phone an hour every other day or so. So it was like, why not record it? Because usually we're finding ourselves laughing at whatever we're saying. So why not record it and put it up on our YouTube channel? We already had the YouTube channel from traveling and a lot in college. And then we did the first 3 podcasts. Again, just like the whole idea of us just talking. But then we quickly realized that wasn't really going to work out too well. It's a little awkward, us two talking about stories that we both know.
Exactly, yeah.
And all at the same time, we were kind of wanting to bring other people on. Because our whole goal is to make it kind of a community. We want to have different people on.
Exactly.
The whole idea behind the channel is exploring culture, whatever.
The mission.
Yeah.
I have it down to a T. I don't really know how, but I think it's just because it's the easiest way to describe it. Is our mission statement, and you can find it on our YouTube channel there on our About tab, and it's the exploration of unique hobbies, passions, careers, and today's culture. And for instance, our first guest was Tristan, but it was a test run having a guest, but it was just In and Out versus Chick-fil-A. 20-minute podcast that simply just hit the head on
Kind
comparing
of West Coast versus East Coast in a way.
Yeah, just comparing fast food. And we're like, all right, we like how this flowed and worked. So then we had my buddy Corbin Rao, which I don't know if you've gone back and watched any of them. If not, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. But he's like a movie director, here in Richmond. He's up and coming. He's working real hard day in and day out. And we realized how much of a success that was. We had a lot of good feedback, and people learned a lot, and they just enjoyed learning about.
Yeah, most importantly, above everything else, we had so much fun doing it.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Going into it, it was the idea of we're gonna have fun just talking to each other.
Exactly.
But then, as it grew, or as it's growing currently, because we're still really early on, like when this is over, we'll all kind of step back and go that was we will, at least, hopefully you will, but we'll be that was a lot of fun.
Exactly.
It's a fun time just sitting down and kind of having a reason to ask questions of other people and talk to other people and get to know other people. It's a really cool situation that you don't have in a normal conversation in passing or over the phone or anything like that. So the motivation to do it is pretty much just an interesting person that we can bring on.
That's good.
And I think the biggest thing for me is I love giving someone else a chance to talk about themselves, because I feel like, depending on how we're raised or the conversation, we never like to really brag about ourselves unless hey, well, I went to this awesome place, or hey, I did this awesome thing, or I received this award. People like to, but society deems it bad to brag about yourself or tell your story unless you have you're somewhat important. But I think that's why I tell people is we're giving a chance to, as what society labels as nobodies, to feel like a somebody. And with that being said, people don't realize you can still learn valuable lessons and information from people just like us, as anybody. And
I love the idea that you brought up multiple times about timing and opportunity. If time and opportunity are there, the road's endless for you.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. I know that part of the reason time opportunity, that remind me of, most if you have time opportunity, you gotta go for it. You know what I mean? And I know one of my quotes that always keep me going is by motivational speaker Les Brown. And it's just so amazing to me that he says, shoot for the moon even if you miss, you might land him on the star. You know what I mean? So that's just powerful. You know what I mean? Sometimes like if you're trying to go for something better and you don't reach it, but just you gotta believe eventually something else will come out. You know, so like you say, shoot for the moon. So even if you don't miss, I mean, even if you miss, you might land him on the star, and being in the star is a pretty good place too. So yeah, but that's very good though. I like how you guys give it up your opportunity, you know, to speak their mind and everything. So that's very good.
Oh yeah,
and that's a blessing.
And I think even as you can attest for, and DJ can too, just different line of work, is like we work a very like time-consuming job, mentally consuming, emotionally consuming, and you just invest a lot into it. And I think deep down is I've looked forward to like just a weekend like this to do a couple podcasts.
Exactly.
Like that's what I look forward to now. You know, a lot of people look forward to. Well, I can't wait to go out of town and party in Nashville, or I can't wait to.
I don't really.
Just the little things of simply having an hour conversation with
just relax.
A coworker.
You know, like I say, like you gotta do what's best for you. Like if this makes you a better person, just keep it up. Just keep it up. But it's very good though.
Maybe you should start doing your own podcast or channel.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the thing that I didn't really feel comfortable. I mean, something that I'm getting better at is accepting my accent. Because first I didn't really like my accent. I don't really like listening to myself talk. But if I get more comfortable at it, then why not?
Well, I mean, I know for me, I've got a lot of. Well, I mean, both of us, we've met and have a lot of friends from different backgrounds with their own unique accents, and people often see that as like a hiccup or a roadblock, and I just see it as a learning curve. Maybe that's on you for being, ignorant, not being able to understand that person, or maybe they have like a different dialect, whatever the case may be. And there might be people that, sit down and listen and watch this that are like, it's kind of difficult. But then again, I hope they hear this message or thought it before we even said it, that this is a new learning curve for you, or maybe you should maybe go out and meet someone that's just different from you, whether it is vocally or
and like step outside the box and start living your own. Stop living your own life. Got a lot of people life too. Like a lot of people be like, "Oh, you should take vocal class, so you take some of your accent away." Then we also be like, "Nah, I rather keep it." That's me. Like,
it
that's
shows who you are. It shows the journey you've been on. To be where you're at now.
Exactly. If somebody like an accent like me can, get the MBA right after finishing the bachelor degree, and if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Exactly.
So.
And that's why I've always was inspired by your story, especially just from getting to know you in the academy. And I was like, man, you played college soccer just like me, but in reality, things are so much different because you didn't play soccer growing up. You also weren't in America growing up your whole childhood, so like you adapt to the soccer way, and then on top of learning English and everything, like you just also explained the last like 45 minutes to an hour. It was just, to me, just putting it all together was so awesome.
Appreciate it.
And it's really inspirational because DJ knows I love stuff like that, but also just, maybe a little bit too much. But I think it's just because people just take so much for granted.
Exactly.
And that's why, despite everything that you've gone through, to get where you're at today, it doesn't really faze you in a way.
Exactly, yeah.
You just use it as another learning curve.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because, coming from Africa and coming here, opportunity that America provide, America have, and some country we don't have that. So that's why you don't take nothing for granted. If you find something that work best for you or best for your loved one, just go for it. Just go for it.
That's awesome. Anything else for us?
That's about all, because I know I can keep going with quotes, although but that's about all. But like I said, the only thing I can say last is one of my favorite quotes too. I learned from my teacher from college. He always said, he helped me not to be satisfied in life. How you guys doing this, just don't get comfortable, satisfied. Just keep improving. The concept is simply this: it's good, better, best. Never let it rest until your better is good and you better. Oh, I gotta start over. I kind of took it too personal. So it's good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is the best. So does that make sense? So if your good is better, you gotta make it best. Just good, better, best. So if your good is better, you gotta make it better. Eventually your better gotta be the best. You know what I mean? So you always gotta improve. Just don't get, even if your best is the best, just always keep improving. To better yourself.
That kind of almost answers the question answers the question I was about to ask. If you had anything for anyone out there that you wanted to tell them.
Yeah, like I said, just good, better, best. Never let it rest. Your good is better, your better is the best.
All right.
You said it like 10 times right now, so they better have listened already.
Yeah.
Any final, any comments to anyone out there that in a similar situation as you, or maybe just being held back by something, anything that you want to, last final words?
Just, the final word. I know sometimes life get hard, life get tough and everything. But just at the end of the day, you all gotta tell yourself, it's not over till I win. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how bad you feel, no matter how sad you feel, you just gotta get up and keep moving forward. I know Les Brown said, like, when life knocks you down, try to lay on your back. If you can look up, you can get up. You know what I mean? Just don't get satisfied just laying down when life passes by you. Just, if you can look up, you can get up. Just get up, keep moving forward. I know Martin Luther King said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can run, then walk. If you can walk, then crawl. By all means, just keep moving forward. That's all. No matter what hits you in life, just keep moving forward.
Mic drop.
Inspirational way to end it.
That's awesome.
That's all.
Aditya, finally got the podcast in. Finally got the collab.
And I'll probably
It's
come
been a
back next
pleasure
time too.
getting to know you.
Most definitely. Thank you.
It's not gonna be the last.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Definitely need to get a soccer team going, but I had a
That'd
blast.
be nice. Just anything, just any sport wise, just hit me up. Softball we did pretty good.
That's
So
true.
I was actually decent softball player than I
Best
thought
friend
I
of the
was.
team.
So I was alright. But like I said, just anything, to make people get a laugh. Just I'm down.
Well,
Alrighty.
had a pleasure.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, young viral.